Today on MTG Unpacked, it's Secret Lair time again, and we're taking a look at the Secret Scare Superdrop. And before people start coming at me saying I got these for free, actually had to fork out a ridiculous sum on the secondary market for half of these, so I actually wanted the entire bundle, wasn't able to get it despite being in the queue for hours. So with that out of the way, let's get to cracking here. So I think my favourite of the bunch would have to be the Eddie Unchained. So we've got the Iron Maiden stuff. So these all went on sale October 13th, 2025. They were going for $29.99 for the non-foil. There we go, Brave New World. $39.99 for the foil. The exceptions to that, Jaws was going for $39.99 for the regular non-foil and $49.99 for the foil, $59.99 for the Furby confetti foils. Okay, so here we have Eddie the Judge. This is the alternate art for Bruvac the Grandiloquent. Very cool. So the artist here looks like Akurant. Very nice. It's a mythic. And Eddie, the iconic character for Iron Maiden. Oh, look at that. Nice. Windfall. That looks fantastic. I can see now why people were snapping this up. I think this was one of the first ones that sold out. Dan Mumford is the artist. That is incredible work, sir. Then we have another mythic. It is Eddie, Ghost of the Navigator, and the alternate there for Captain Nugathrod. So Akurant again, the artist. That looks awesome. I could see these on like an Iron Maiden album cover. Then we have Eddie, Lord of Light, alternate for Nekusar the Mind Razor. There we go, that's a mouthful. So Akurant again, the artist on this one. So it looks like he's on the throne there with some of his minions. Then we have Iron Maiden. Yes, it's an artifact. Dan Mumford, the artist here. Again, that looks absolutely fantastic. And what else we have? Oh, we've got tons in this drop. I can't even read that. What are we looking at here? Mind Crank. So it's sideways. There we go. That looks incredible. Dan Mumford again. Eddie's in the electric chair this time. And Howling Mine. I think this is, yeah, this must be the bonus card. So that's fantastic. Dan Mumford again. So this is the sort of stuff you want to frame and put on your wall. I don't know about you, but absolutely fantastic. We'll get into the album art next. So yeah, half of these I had to fork out on eBay and TCG Player. I missed out. Very unimpressed with that. Metal albums aren't released, they're unleashed. I would agree with that. So there we go, Secret Lair. Getting into more Eddie goodness. Did you actually pick up any of these lairs? And there's a helpful tip. If you missed out, wait a few weeks after they start shipping and all the scalpers will be hurrying to unload stuff as quick as they can. So you can get a little closer. Like initially they were like 3 to 4 times the actual selling price. So be patient. You can pick them up much cheaper later on. We got Lethal Scheme. So this one says the artist Iron Maiden. Okay, album covers I should have known. So this is from Killers 1981. And then we have Grave Titan. It's a mythic. This, of course, from the infamous The Number of the Beast single from 1982. And I like the, yeah, I like the 6/6 and the 4 and 2 black there. That fits in it nicely with that song. Then we have Animate Dead. So this is the artwork for Live After Death from 1985. Man, they're really going back a ways with these. Some 80s classic metal art. Then we have Temporal Trespass. So this is another mythic. This one from Somewhere in Time, 1986. And yeah, I was just a little kid at that point. I didn't get into Maiden until probably in my 20s, and that was quite a long time ago. We got Unearth. So this one, No Prayer for the Dying from 1990. And of course, these are all borderless foil versions. Lignify, what the heck? So this one from Fear of the Dark, 1992. And then we have Burnt Offering. So this is from the Wicker Man single from 2000. Fantastic. Okay, so absolutely fantastic. I'm calling it. These are my favorites. And I haven't even opened the rest. All right, Dwight's Destiny up next. So this is from the US version of The Office. So, popular sitcom. I am not a hero. I am a mere defender of The Office. And, of course, Dwight, one of the, let's say he's one of the stranger characters, although they're all pretty strange in their own ways. But, yeah, this one came out of left field, was not expecting their secret lair, The Office. So, let's see what this is about. We start off here, Dwight Schrute, Hey King. So, he was always talking about his farm. Heliod Suncrossed is the alternate there. It's a mythic. And Magali Villeneuve, fantastic work as always. So there is Dwight Schrute. Then we have Dwight's Weapon Stash. So this is the alternate for Steel Shaper's Gift. And we have some flavor text here. People say, oh, it's dangerous to keep weapons in the home or the workplace. Well, I say it's better to be hurt by someone you know accidentally than by a stranger on purpose. So the artist here, Greg Staples. Then we have Swords to Plowshares. He's got his giant turnip there. I am ready to face any challenges that might be foolish enough to face me. And what is that? Lee Setiwan, I think, is the artist on that one. So again, with the farming theme. Then we have Dwight, assistant to the king. Baral, chief of compliance. What was it? The assistant to the manager or something? Assistant to the assistant manager. I forget what it was. It's been a while. Kieran Yana is the artist on this one. Before I do anything, I ask myself, would an idiot do that? And if the answer is yes, I do not do that thing. Then we have, okay, so now we've got a double-sided one. Recyclops Eco-Friendly. What the heck? Alternate for Garrick Relentless. And Justina Dura is the artist here. Nice mythic. On the other side, it is Recyclops Nature's Vengeance. They need to do more of these, I think, honestly. So we got the Garrett Cursed there on the other side. Same artist. He's got some weird armor there. And then we have Dwight-O-Lantern, the alternate for Reaper King. So he's got his Jack-O-Lantern head. Reminds me of the audiobook I'm listening to, Duncan Ralston, Halloween. Check it out if you're a horror fan. So Alexander Mokov is the artist on this one. Dwight acting like a pumpkin king there. Then we have, oh, okay. You got another character here. I think it was Kelly. Is that the one? Sees the spotlight. I look really good in white. So the the artist here is Pauline Voss. Okay. Does anyone know if you get different versions, different bonus cards? Let me know in the comments. Let's dig in here. So this cryptic command, there's just one card in here, which seems overkill for this packaging. But anyway, so this was if you spent 199 US or more. I think I ended up buying like 2 Furby drops or something to make up the the amount I needed because I wanted to show this thing off. It looks awesome. So here we go. Cryptic Command. Was it worth it? Let me know in the comments. So this is the Secret Lair promo. Alexander Kabazi is the artist. They've done a similar style to this with some other layers. You know what? Let's go for some Jaws. And I won't terrify your ears with that. You open the beaches on the 4th of July. It's like ringing the dinner bell, says Martin Brody. Classic movie. Here we go. Thank you for being a part of Secret Lair. I like how they have like the water effect on that one. Okay, so like I said, these were more expensive. The $39.99 for non-foil and $49.99 for foil. We've got Jaws Relentless Predator. This looks like the movie poster artwork here. Stephen Andrade. And I've done it sort of like the movie poster with the credits as well. Fantastic job. Then we have Panic on Amity Island. Descent into Avernus is the alternate there. Stephen Andrade, again, the artist on this one. Everyone's in a blind panic as they realise somebody's getting eaten by a shark. Then we have Reckless Endeavour. So this must have been when they were hunting the shark. So same artist as before. Bad Fish. It's not like going down to the pond, chasing bluegills or tommycods. This shark, swallow your whole. Quint was quite a character indeed. Then we have Sneak Attack. It's a mythic. Da-dum, da-dum. Okay, so that's a cool flavor text there. Can you even see the shark? I think you just see the soon-to-be victim swimming on that one. Then we have You're Gonna Need a Bigger Boat. That is the classic line from the movie. So a braid is the alternate on this one. Look at those chompers. And yeah, if you've never seen the movie, I won't say much more about what happens with that artwork there. There's a bit of a spoiler. Oh, then we got a blood token. Yeah, they got a bucket of chum here. And on the other side, okay. So maybe this is the bonus card. Okay, so we got a blood token. And Cathartic Reunion. Okay, here we go. Brody, I used to hate the water. Hooper, I can't imagine why. Like from a movie script. Okay, so that was Jaws. Looking pretty incredible. Then we got Artist Series Kiran Yana. This was another one that sold out almost instantly. You'll see why once I get into this. So let's see what's in here. Thank you for being a part of Secret Lair. I think this was going for well over $100 on the secondary market. I think it's settled down a bit now. Okay, so we have Armageddon. It's a mythic. Awesome artwork. Absolutely love this. Kiran Yana, fantastic. Then we have a Northern Paladin. Another Kiran Yana special. Then we have Demonic Tutor, mythic. So this was the card that everybody wanted. So I can see why people went nuts for this lair. Then we have Lord of the Pit. Awesome looking demon there. Awesome and terrifying at the same time. Then we have, okay, so a Lord of the Pit. So they, normally with these artist series, you'll get like a sketch version as well. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Next up we have Trick or Treat. So the Halloween theme, except I think a lot of this shipped about a week after Halloween. And what do we got here? Thank you for being part of Secret Lair. Okay, so video game type theme there. Let's see what this is about. We'll move that one over there. We have Vito Thorn of the Dusk Rose. So artist here is Sam Heimer. Sort of a cartoonish Halloween artwork on this one. Then we have Satoru Umezawa. Again, same artist on this one. Everybody's grinning. Trick or treat. Did you get many trick or treaters on Halloween? If you live in the US like I do, I think we had somewhere between 40 and 50. So it was a pretty decent year for us. We got Voya Jaws of the Conclave. Mythic. Awesome. It took months of brushing Alfie, the family dog, to collect the fur for the arms. Oh boy. That is quite a costume he's got there. Ryan Roadkill is the artist on that one. Then we have Wilhelt the Rot Cleaver. Another mythic. Sam Heimer, the artist on this one. So sitting on the porch there. He would have sacrificed all his candy for just one king size. Yes, I don't think too many places around here had king size candy. And then we've got Liberator, Urza's Battle Thopter. Ryan Roadkill is the artist on this one. Okay, so that must be the bonus card then. All right, I know. Oh, no, I was going to say Furby, but we'll leave that till last. Dreaming Darkly Rainbow Foil Edition. And since this was released, there have been 2 other secret lairs. I'm waiting for the PlayStation ones. That's another one I missed out on one of the lairs. And here we've got another thank you. We also had the Encyclopedia of Magic. That was pretty good. You would have seen the video already if you missed it. Link in the corner to that. Then we have Glenn Alendra Archmage. Jim Woodring is the artist on this one. So pretty cool. What's he? Some sort of grasshopper or not a... what do you call him again? Can't think of it. It looks like he's got some wings there anyway. Then we have Guardian Project. Mythic. That's a decent reprint. So what on earth am I looking at here? An assortment of strange characters from Jim Woodring again. Then we have Rune of the Hidden Realm. Same artist as before. Looks like a weird looking rhino. I do like the, what do they call this? Like the pop surrealism style art on these. Then we have Soul Herder. Another awesome piece of art there. And a forest. And I feel like we've had this in a recent lair. I think on one of our previous videos we got that as a bonus card. Okay. I know you've been waiting all this time. It's Furby the Gathering. I am a huge fan of Furbies, or at least I was circa the year 2000 or thereabouts. An endless sea of worlds invaded by a relentless tide of love. So I was working on assignment in the US at that time from Australia. Darkhearth, thank you for being part of Secret Lair. Okay. And Furbies were the hottest thing, and I ended up buying a couple, bringing them back to my little brother in Australia. I think he appreciated those, although I had fun playing around with them in my apartment. So we got Sphere of Safety. So artists here, Evan Fong. Even as the barrier began to falter, the swarm grew stronger still. And if you can't see them here, you've got all these Furbies swarming around the angel there. That is just hilarious. Then we have Miscast. Justina Dura is the artist on this one. And we have, thus, the Magus learned one final lesson. His ambition didn't match his skill. These dudes just crack me up. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people think they're lame and stupid, but they just tickle me. We've got Phyrexian Arena. Ooh, nice reprint there. Darken is the artist. All the might of Phyrexia was no match for this new cuddly threat. That's what they needed with Phyrexia Obi-Wan. Just chuck an army of Furbies at the Phyrexians. They'll take care of business. Tormenting voice. If you ever hear a Furby howl, don't run. It's already too late. Igor Christic is the artist. Look at that artwork. I mean, how can you not laugh at this? It's just so ridiculous. Then we have Tamiyo's Safekeeping. So looking after the Furbies there. Tamiyo knows to never judge a creature by its size or its appetite. And they had those little chomping beaks, didn't they? You had to like feed them. And yeah. Anyhow, Arcane Signet. Here we go. Look at that. That is the bonus card. Very cool. So this is Narita is the artist. One cannot wear the tiara without cracking a few crowns. And I should say these are actually the confetti foils. So I don't know how well the confetti is showing here on my camera. It's like there's little sparkles here. But anyway, hopefully you can see those. I don't know that it was really worth more than the regular foil in that case. So a bit hard to see. All right, the Odd Bodies Confetti Foil Edition. So this was one I paid a small fortune for. Best Friends Forever. Forever. I got the weird thank you there again. And if you hate Furbies, you've probably already tuned out and moved on to something more interesting. We have Hull Breaker Horror. Okay, I see what they mean by odd bodies. You've got some weird Furby heads grafted on other creatures. Narendra Bintara Adi is the artist on that. That is just hilarious. Kraken Horror, I would say so. Then we have Maddening Cacophony. Oh, there it is. There's the confetti, in case you were wondering. I should do that with a couple of the others. Nathaniel Himawan is the artist. You will forget, and it will be wonderful. Then we have Serum Visions, more confetti goodness. Yeah, these ones seem to be showing better than the others. So Justin Gerard, the artist here. Unveil what lies beyond one horror at a time. And then we have, what the heck? Umbrus Fear Manifest. Look at the mouth on its stomach there. That's a little sinister. Antonio Jose Manzanito is the artist on this one. It's a mythic. See, here's another one that's hard to see the confetti. There you go. You got to turn it at an angle in the light. Okay, so a little bit more subtle, that one. Then we got Spell Sky. There we go. Lots of confetti on that one. It craves attention. Feed it. Artist here, Madeline Boney. Very cool. Another Phyrexian horror. And Read the Bones. Okay, is this also... Yeah, this is also confetti. A little bit hard to see though. Learn anything you want to know and everything you don't. Nicholas Gregory, artist on this little bony Furby here. Okay, so there's a next bunch of confetti. I'm just going to take a quick look at these others. And, oh, we've got other non-Furby stuff here. I wanted to check on the confetti. Yeah, it's pretty hard to see on this first batch. It's more obvious on the brighter colours, actually. Yeah, but still I would be hard-pressed to really tell. If you had these sleeved up, you're probably not even going to notice that very well. Okay, finishing off here, Furby, do a Noo-lah. So they had this weird language called Furbish. And I think, from what I remember, what is this? Unai Lule do. From what I remember, like, they would learn over time. So they would learn new words or evolve new words. I have no idea how it worked. It was quite disturbing how they did that. All right, finally here we have Distant Melody. There we go. You can see more confetti on that. That looks pretty cool. Anu Witi Kawatis. Paul Scott Canavan, the master of cuteness, apparently. Then we have Explore. Look at that. Looks like a Pokemon card. You know how they have the little sparkles there. Natalie Andrewson is the artist. Wayna Boti. And yeah, I can hear a bunch of you cringing out there. That is my goal on this channel. Inspiring Call. We have Noo-lah's Tada Alo. Ryan Gonzalez. If we've got any fluent Furbish speakers in the audience, please feel free to translate along with timestamps. Then we have Chromatic Lantern. Look at that. So much confetti. Coco Noo-lah's Boelo da Noo-lah. I remember the Coco. They used to say that a whole bunch. Ryan Gonzalez is the artist on this one. Then we have Soul Ring. Is this the bonus card? No, it isn't. Okay. So blinging out your commander deck with this one. Nulu Bowelu's Komelas. Nathan Juravicius, I think is how you pronounce that. Unless I'm misreading it. Okay, so Soul Ring. What else have we got? Command Tower. Okay, makes sense. So more confetti here. Awesome. And Layla Furby Bodar. And Mandrew Art is the artist on this one. Okay, so we've got quite a nice selection here. Absolute highlights here. The Iron Maiden stuff. I would say, I would give the edge like the album covers. We've seen that stuff for years, but this new stuff looks absolutely fantastic. Let me know in the comments were you lucky enough to pick any of these up, or are you planning to pick up some singles? And once again, Wizards, please print to demand. The audience demands it. And if you've missed any of these secret layers on the channel, link in the corner to the complete playlist. Stay tuned, we'll be getting stuck into even more layers real soon now. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching and have a great day.